The laughter hit harder than the wine. In front of hundreds of powerful guests, a billionaire's sister tipped her glass, letting it spill down the black CEO's shoulder like liquid arrogance. The room froze, then erupted in cruel amusement. Cameras flashed, whispers spread, but the woman they mocked didn't flinch. She simply looked up, calm and unbothered, as if calculating the cost of the insult. Seconds later, her phone rang. 5 quiet words left her lips, and within minutes, a multi-billion-dollar empire began to collapse in real time. The chandeliers sparkled like frozen lightning, reflecting a crowd built on money, image, and control. Every step, every handshake, every sip of champagne was a silent contest of superiority. At the center of it all stood Soraya Voss, CEO of Voss Technologies, the woman who had just secured a $2.4 billion partnership with the Sterling Group. Her success was the headline of the evening until it became the scandal. It started as a whisper. "Who invited her?" one guest murmured. "She doesn't exactly fit the room." The laughter that followed was polite until it wasn't. From the top of the staircase descended Isabella Sterling, the billionaire's sister, draped in entitlement and envy. She approached Soraya with a glass of crimson wine swirling in her manicured hand. "Oh, you must be the partner," Isabella said, the pause between words long enough to drip venom. "My brother has such bold taste in business." Soraya smiled politely. "And I have bold standards." The words, calm and sharp, didn't amuse Isabella. She leaned closer. "You know, not everyone can buy a seat at this table." Soraya's eyes never wavered. "Some of us built the table." For a heartbeat, silence stretched thin. Then Isabella smirked and tipped her glass. The wine splashed across Soraya's shoulder, dripping onto the floor like spilled arrogance. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Then came the laughter. Hollow, nervous, and complicit. Soraya stood perfectly still. Isabella's voice sliced through the noise. "Oh dear, I didn't see you there. You blend in so easily." That line, meant to humiliate, hung in the air like smoke. Cameras clicked. Someone whispered, "She won't come back from this." But Soraya didn't shout, didn't move, didn't even blink. She simply reached for her phone. The crowd expected a meltdown. Instead, they got silence. She scrolled once, tapped twice, and lifted the phone to her ear. "Proceed," she said softly. A single word, but the room's temperature dropped 10 degrees. Within minutes, screens lit up. Notifications buzzed across the gala. Executives glanced at their phones, then at each other. Confusion spread like wildfire. The headlines arrived before the waiters could refill the glasses. Breaking: Voss Technologies terminates $2.4 billion contract with Sterling Group. Isabella's smirk dissolved. "What did you do?" Soraya looked at her calmly. "You poured the wrong glass." Murmurs erupted. Her brother, Charles Sterling, stormed across the ballroom, phone in hand. "Soraya, this must be a misunderstanding." "No misunderstanding," she said evenly. "Your board violated our integrity clause. The partnership is null." "You can't do that," he barked. "I already did." He froze, the words sinking in. Around them, investors were reading the same statement from Voss Technologies' verified account. Effective immediately, Voss Technologies is withdrawing from its partnership with the Sterling Group due to irreconcilable ethical differences. Every camera turned towards Soraya. But this time, no one laughed. She set her glass down gently and faced the audience. Power isn't about who can humiliate whom. It's about who can rebuild without permission. The ballroom had gone silent. The only sound was the faint hum of phones refreshing headlines. Charles tried to salvage control. "You'll regret this. You can't destroy decades of partnership because of a glass of wine." Soraya's expression didn't change. "I didn't destroy it. You did when arrogance became your business model." Her tone wasn't loud, but every word hit with surgical precision. Then she turned, not toward the exits, but toward the stage where the event's charity banners still hung. She picked up the microphone, eyes sweeping across the stunned crowd. "When I walked into this room," she said, I was reminded how easy it is for power to mistake itself for class. But class isn't what you wear or what you own. It's how you treat people when no one can punish you for it. The crowd didn't dare breathe. She continued, voice steady, resonant. Tonight isn't my embarrassment. It's this room's mirror, and I hope you like what you see. Cameras captured the moment perfectly. Isabella trembling, Charles staring, and Soraya radiant. Not in fury, but in complete composure. She set the mic down and walked toward the exit, each step echoing louder than applause. No guards followed her this time. No one dared. Outside, the night was cold and quiet. Car door opened. Her assistant handed her a tablet. Press is exploding, he said. Sterling stock dropped 12% in 15 minutes. Soraya looked out the window. It'll keep dropping. Integrity always costs more than people expect. He hesitated. Do you want to issue a public statement? She shook her head. I already have. Inside the gala, chaos had replaced champagne. Reporters demanded statements. Investors whispered about moral clauses. Isabella's brother was on the phone with his lawyers, his empire unraveling one push notification at a time. By morning, the Sterling Group lost $480 million in market value. Analysts called it the quietest corporate execution in history. At noon, Soraya released a single post across her company's social media. Respect is not negotiable. The message broke records, shared by CEOs, activists, and even government officials. The viral clip of the spilled wine and her quiet retaliation reached 400 million views in 24 hours. That night, a journalist asked her on live television, how did it feel to humiliate them so completely? Soraya smiled faintly. I didn't humiliate anyone. I just reminded them of the hierarchy they forgot. He leaned forward. Which hierarchy? The one where decency ranks above dollars. The quote became legend. Boardrooms printed it. Universities studied it. Her company tripled in valuation within months. The Sterling Empire, once untouchable, quietly collapsed under its own arrogance. Isabella vanished from the public eye, her name now a cautionary tale. Months later, Soraya stood before global leaders and said, silence isn't weakness. It's the fuse before truth explodes. The audience rose in thunderous applause. To her, it was never revenge. It was correction, because true power doesn't shout or seek validation. It speaks once, acts with purpose, and lets the world echo its truth forever.